They just keep on coming. What are we supposed to do?
Get behind me, Doctor!
Yes!
No.
Ripper, you little...
This can't be happening.
Mayday! Mayday! We're...
No. This can't be. A bad on round 30? I know what to do. Super Monkey! Don't worry, he's just explaining nicely why the balloons shouldn't invade us. Monkey City is not yours to conquer. Get in, we don't have much time. You did it. You saved Monkey City. Now where were we? Oh yes, Super Monkey. Yet another tower that has a long history in the Bloons franchise. Like his smaller, less supernatural cousin, the Super Monkey throws small throwing darts, but with a fire rate of a machine gun. Although the monkey provides super performance, it comes with a super high price tag that soars above other monkeys. And it's not even close. But with a little love and care, each of the Super Monkey's paths have the potential to be strong DPS options that scale well into late game. Do you need a plasma spewing monkey that transforms to the unmatched power of the sun? Yep, we've got him. How about an out of touch cyborg that is tired of leaving the safety on? Yep, we've got him. And Batman. Yep, we've got him too. All of which combine to form the vengeful true sun god. A monkey feared so much, its sheer presence makes balloons wish they could move backwards.
No.
But I don't need to hype this guy up any longer. So let's get right into it. It's great being at the top, isn't it? From a plasma-flinging hero to a literal god. The top path super has some of the most powerful upgrades in the game. But before I get into that, I have to discuss the weakest link of this path. Laser blasts. For 2.5k, the Super Monkey starts firing lasers that give 1 extra pierce and can pop frozen balloons. But it comes at the cost of the Super Monkey no longer being able to pop purples. Although this upgrade has had a history of being bad due to its high price.
Damn!
In BTD6, this upgrade is basically redundant due to how the game is balanced. Hot Magic Monkey knowledge already grants the Super Monkey frozen popping power, so that upside is useless unless you're playing chimps. And +1 pierce is pretty hit or miss compared to the amount provided by the mill path. So what remains is the removal of purple popping power, which obviously kind of sucks, but at least it serves as a bridge to a much better upgrade. Speaking of which, Plasma Blast somewhat patches out the weaknesses of the previous upgrade by granting 50% extra attack speed and lead popping power. Very nice upgrade, but its 3k price tag is a steep price to pay without some discounts. Upgrading to the Sun avatar, the Super Monkey sells its soul to the sun to channel the power of light into its attacks. While extremely simple, this upgrade is hands down one of the best mid to late game DPS towers, with excellent buffing potential. And when combined with Strike Down the False MK, the Sun avatar has no weaknesses other than being overwhelmed. My only gripe is that it costs 21k, but village and temple discounts can decrease this cost greatly, and it's a fair price given the large power spike it gets. Next, we have the most complicated upgrade in this game, the Sun Temple. Other than gaining some buffs to its base attack, the temple sacrifices all regular monkeys in range and gains a variety of class-based attacks. There is a long article on the wiki detailing how this works, but it can pretty much be summed up as damage, 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 and a little bit of support. All of which give their max buff when you sacrifice 50k or more monkeys from that class. But the temple can only receive 3 of the 4 buffs, so the class that contributed the least is skipped.
Damn it, fellas!
The temple also gains normal damage, which for its price is kind of expected. After all, it would kind of suck if you spend 100k on a tower that can't pop every balloon type. Oh my god. Jokes aside, the Sun Temple provides a lot of DPS when configured correctly, but it's mainly relegated to free play runs due to its cost and requirement for sacrifices. And the final upgrade of this path, we have the one, the only, true Sun God. As most of you already know, it has 2 forms, regular and mildly upset. Both variants increase the damage of the base beam, allow a second round of sacrifices, and transform Adora to a true Sun Goddess form. But the Vengeful has double the DPS of a regular true Sun God, and it locks you out from using the other Super Monkey tier 5s. Given this is a 500k upgrade, surely it can pop all balloon types. Never mind, a literal sun god needs the assistance of a small shack to see a balloon with face paint.
LOL!
Okay, but how can I really slander this path? It has strong damage, great range, and insane support for a reasonably expensive price. And both cross paths synergize with the top path greatly. The middle path gives range and pierce, which helps the avatars and temples make full use of its damage in free play and boss events. While the bottom path provides good utility for the Sun avatar during the mid game, and Ultra Vision is useful for going up against phase. Although temples are an absolute pain to build perfectly, they pay themselves off in the long run, and they are the sole reason why we get insanely high free play scores. While playing God comes with its quirks, the middle path provides a more budget-friendly alternative for gaining extra power. At the cost of most of his organs, the Super Monkey is implanted with various cybernetic enhancements that grant him the magical ability to dual wield and obliterate thousands of balloons by exhaling. Starting with super range, the Super Monkey gets an additional 10 range, along with 1 extra pierce. Simple, yet extremely effective, and it doesn't come with a hefty price tag. In a similar vein, Epic Range gives the Super Monkey an additional 12 range and 2 pierce. Like the previous upgrade, it provides a lot of additional firepower for such a low price, and it combos well with many upgrades. Upgrading to tier 3, the Super Monkey transforms into Robocop from the hit 80s movie Robocop, gaining a second gun along with 3 extra pierce. Each gun has their own targeting options, but they can't share the same priority at any one time. And to distinguish itself from the other paths, the Robo Monkey gains a crit mechanic, where it does 10 times its base damage every 15 to 20 shots. All of this combined makes the Robo Monkey a pretty powerful upgrade for its price. It's a third of the cost of the Sun Avatar, yet it still holds up well during mid and early late game. Moving on to Tech Terror, the Super Monkey goes through a large variety of changes, including increasing its attack speed, changing its stats for extra piercing plasma, and no longer being able to touch grass. But it isn't that bad though, because the Annihilation ability incinerates any grass close to him anyways. Among other things. Like the base attack, the ability crits on every third use, but the bonus damage isn't all too useful except for bats. And the final upgrade in this path, we have the Anti-Bloon. For a massive price increase, the Super Monkey gets equally large buffs to its damage, pierce, and range, along with changing its damage type to normal and an improved crit rate. The ability is upgraded to deal 4 times more damage, and it comes with an increased blast radius to wipe out larger clumps of balloons. If you can afford this absolute unit, he's a guaranteed game winner, but a bit overkill unless you're playing beyond round 90. Taking a sidestep to cross-pathing, my recommendations can vary depending on what you want out of your Robo-Monkey. If your only concern is DPS, the top cross-path is your best friend, since it provides a huge boost to your attack speed, along with giving your Robo-Monkey lead popping power without the Tech Terror upgrade. But if you're looking for a cheap mid-game tower with a lot of utility, the bottom cross-path is your best pick. The Robo's high pierce and attack speed is extremely potent with knockback, and cheap camo detection is a welcome addition. The knockback also applies to the Tech Terror ability, which can be useful for clumping up a bunch of high health balloons to make full use of its pierce. And the extra camo damage can help out with DDTs. While it is the cheapest of all the Super Monkey paths, the Robo upgrades are the most cost effective for what they provide, and it can carry you through mid and late game.
I'm Batman.
Oh yeah, this guy. Unlike the other paths, the Dark Knight is the ultimate life form, because he doesn't need the power of puny gods or cheap implants to outmatch his enemies. The first of his many skills is Knockback, where the Super Monkey uses his raw strength to push back those feeble balloons. Most small balloons are sent backwards on hit, while leads, ceramics, and Moabs are slowed down by a portion of their current speed. A very nice upgrade to have, especially as a cross-path, and it scales well during most stages of the game. Meanwhile, Ultravision provides the Super Monkey with his daily dose of carrot-enriched bananas that allow him to see a smidge further, along with detecting camo balloons. This upgrade also increases the Super's damage to camo balloons, which can be a nice pickup for DDTs. Going further into this path, the Super Monkey ditches its inferior Super Monkey attire and becomes the better superhero, Batman. I mean, Bat Monkey. Other than being an edgy vigilante, the Dark Knight throws improved Dark Blades that have extra pierce, bonus Moab damage, and extra slowdown against tougher small balloons. And unique to any bottom path monkey, the Dark Knight has an ability, which allows him to dark shift to anywhere within his range, because walking is way too hard for a monkey of his size. While a little weaker and cheaper than the other paths, the Dark Knight is a decent mid-game Moab killer. However, he does struggle a lot with Pierce without some external support. Upgrading to tier 4, Batman evolves into Bateman, increasing his power to unprecedented levels. He now throws 2 sets of Dark Blades instead of 1, but unlike certain upgrades, they share the same targeting priority. The blades gain a variety of damage bonuses that help out against most late game threats, and they ricochet between targets to make full use of their peers. And finally, Dark Shift gets upgraded to allow Bateman to teleport anywhere on the map.
Hello there.
While Bateman is strong enough to take on any balloon threat, just remember he isn't invincible, so make sure you keep him buffed and he can carry you past round 100. Finally, we have the monkey that we turn to when all hope is lost. Or we need to make a VCSG. The Legend of the Knight. Unlike most tier 5 upgrades, the Legend of the Knight doesn't go all in with a fancy gimmick or ability. It just gets massive stat increases, and a black hole that serps up leaking bads. But come on, it's Batman. Of course this upgrade is good. And there is nothing that will change my mind on it. Okay, to be fair, 200k makes this impractical for anything other than free play. It's just a shame that he's essentially VTSG fodder. Now, cross-pathing. I know I may have a hot take here, but to be honest, both are good. The extra attack speed provided by the top crossbar significantly improves Batman's single target DPS, hence making it the best pick for the final two upgrades, since the extra range and pierce doesn't make too much of a difference. While the middle crosspath pairs really well with the Dark Knight, because the extra range improves its mobility, and it performs really well during the late game when buffed by Geraldo. Well, that's my take on the Super Monkey for now. He's not the first monkey that comes to mind for a cheap and easy defense, but his upgrades are among some of the best in the game, and they define the meta for free play. But as I usually say, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.